TCM.com.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. We have this week's Essential How to Marry a Millionaire coming right up. Movie co-starring a great friend of ours here at TCM, Lauren Bacall, who died 2 weeks ago. How we're going to miss her. She was not only a great pal of ours, but also a great supporter of TCM from the time we first went on the air 20 years ago. But again, thank God for film, because she'll live on thanks to the many movies she made during the course of her 70-year career. And we'll celebrate that career this coming September 15th with a 24-hour salute to Bacall that ends on September 16th, which would have been her 90th birthday. So please plan to join us for that. But right now, enjoy Lauren Bacall and her two pals, Betty Grable and Marilyn Monroe, in one of the most delightful films made in the 1950s.
I have to watch every couple of years.
I love this film for many reasons.
Every frame really is a piece of art.
It's really storytelling done so well.
It's just a great movie.
And essential. How to Marry a Millionaire, 1953. This movie signifies the passing of the torch from Betty Grable to Marilyn Monroe.
The formula in this movie was perfect for Marilyn Monroe.
Lauren Bacall gives a really wonderfully surprising comedic performance.
I think there's something very powerful about seeing three women together on screen.
I was absolutely nuts about that guy. And you know what he did to me? First off, he gives me a phony name. Second, it turns out he was already married yet. Third, from the minute the preacher said amen, he never did another tap of work. The next thing I knew, he'd stolen my television set and given it to a car hop. And when I ask him how about that, he hits me with a chicken.
A live chicken?
No, a baked chicken, stuffed.
He sounds incompatible to me.
How to Marry a Millionaire, 1953. Terrific movie.
Yeah.
And why do you like it so much?
Well, I think I watched it more in my early 20s when I was starting a production company and I was trying to think about how to get women together in film. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't long after that that I produced the Charlie's Angels movies. And I think there's something about a trio of women that's very powerful.
Mm-hmm. And these three are on the equal level. You've got Lauren Bacall, who'd never done a comedy before. You've got Marilyn Monroe doing comedy really for the first time.
And the best.
Yes,
she is the comedian in
What's
this
so
movie.
great about it is this movie really showed people the formula that made it work for Marilyn Monroe.
This way, my dear.
I'm so sorry.
She wasn't totally being bought as a total sex symbol on film in movies like Niagara. They didn't buy her as a dramatic one and Don't Bother to Knock.
Which is amazing.
But in this one, she uses her beauty and she's funny.
And this was in the time where she was really finding her way with acting methods.
Absolutely.
She was starting to work with different coaches. It was before the Strasberg era in her life, but she was really starting to say to herself and the people she worked with, I need coaches, I want to study, I need methodology, I want support for doing the things that I do. And I think it helped her. I think it was a positive for her, and she is so amazing in this film, and she's so likable in this film.
Yeah, cuckoo and likable.
Yes.
Yeah, and you got Betty Grable, who was one of the great stars of the 40s.
Yeah.
And she's being kind of downgraded at Fox because she's getting a little older, and the new blonde is Marilyn Monroe. They put them in the same picture, and I think they were kind of hoping there'd be some sparks between them or something. The two of them fell in love with each other.
Absolutely.
And became great friends, and Betty Grable famously said to Marilyn Monroe, honey, I've had mine, you go get yours, and kind of turned the tide over to her.
Yeah, pass the baton.
Yeah.
And I think you can really sense when women get along, and I think it's a lot more entertaining to watch than women that don't get along.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also has a great male supporting cast as well. William Powell in one of his last screen appearances. And you've got Rory Calhoun and Cameron Mitchell, David Wayne, all great performances.
You know as well as I do that money isn't everything.
Who told you it wasn't?
Nobody had to.
Do you ever have any?
It's funny, for myself, this was a hard message for me to swallow with these women. It's a formula and a storyline about women wanting men's money that I can't say that I'm usually excited about.
Right.
However, I think that this film is a sheer delight and I think the women in it are so great, and I think it's handled beautifully, and it does try to do everything it can to sort of, you know, not make you worry about your good intentions and get into the entertainment of it. But I think this movie is just great.
Yes. So let's see the movie.
Okay.
Have a look with a surprising performance by Lauren Bacall, spot-on performance by Marilyn Monroe, and also one with Betty Grable. Directed by Jean Nicolesco from 1953, How to Marry a Millionaire.